Hi guys, Victoria here. Today you get to see the most amazing Reiki treatment. So please subscribe, please watch to the end as Louise finds it incredibly relaxing and I talk you through an inner child visualization. So get yourself nice and comfortable and relaxed, maybe even ready for bed, and I'll see you soon. So what is Reiki? Reiki is Japanese therapy, meaning universal, meaning everywhere, life force energy. Life force, and what is that? It's the thing that keeps us going. So you might say it's your heart, it's our blood that keeps us going. It's our breath. And it's even more than that, because it's the thing that's deep down in you that makes you want to get up in the morning and give you vitality and enthusiasm for life. And I'm hoping with this series that you're getting the essence of what all these different therapies that I'm showing you give you, and that's essence for life. And Reiki particularly will give harmony. So it works on all the chakras. So there are 7 key chakras, but many more of the body. And Reiki will assess and then help balance each chakra in turn by using various symbols, by using movement. And the main thing therapists are using is intention. And that intention is love and healing. And we also use our intuition. So it's not just what we're feeling with our palms, we're also sensing what's going on inside and around the body, around its auras. It's a beautiful feeling to be able to give Reiki and help someone feel themselves again. So I hope you enjoy watching. Today is just the first half of a whole session. Next week you'll see the second half, but stick to the end because I talk Louise through an inner child visualization which you may want to do yourselves, but it's quite deep, so you might just want to observe or you might want to follow my words and visualize it yourself. So be kind to yourself, lots of deep breaths, and do ground yourself at the end. Thanks very much for joining and subscribing. So here's Louise, my Reiki client, and I just preparing for a little beautiful Reiki healing session as I cover Louise up with a thin shawl just to keep her secure and safe, covering her eyes with a little cucumber water from the tropic range, and then a wonderful eye pillow which helps provide comfort and reassurance. I've previously asked Louise to ground herself should she feel like she's floating too high or flying during the treatment. And this she can do by taking deeper breaths, by pressing her hands and heels into the couch, and if necessary, by opening her eyes a little and seeing some light from underneath the eye pillow. Louise is now incredibly tranquil, and the first thing I do is just tune into Louise's aura and see at first what is happening. Once I sit down, I'm very gently touching the tops of her shoulders, and this introduces my physical body to Louise, but it also is a way of assessing the energy between us. So she will now be working out subconsciously exactly what kind of energy is being received. The lovely thing about Reiki is that it can only
provide energy for the person's highest good. And this phrase you will hear a lot with Reiki, highest good. It's the best possible arrangement of physical, mental, emotional and spiritual energy which is right for you at that time. This energy may vary from one morning to an afternoon. It may vary from one day to another, and it certainly varies from one person to another. There is always a different sensation that I feel from every person. And I am simply the facilitator. I am simply there to help channel and direct energy through me to various physical parts of Louise. And through her auras, she receives and helps balance and harmonize those energies. You can see that I have just provided some Reiki symbols, and this is what most practitioners will do quite early on in the treatment, once they have channeled some white light, grounded themselves, grounded the client, and channeled into the beautiful universal life force energy. Rei means universal, meaning everywhere, and Ki, just like Chi or Prana, means life force energy. Other people refer to this as God, and this can create euphoria. And you can see now I am experiencing the most amazing sensation of happiness. I feel like I am beaming and I'm unable to keep my face straight. I just have that gorgeous feeling of contentment for Louise. I've moved my hands from her shoulders to above her head, from the sides of her face, and now I'm hovering, I'm not actually in contact with, above her eyes, her orbital bones. And again, another feeling of euphoria. There is various chakras of the body, ranging from the crown chakra to the base chakra at the lower torso. I'm currently just hovering above the third eye chakra, also called the Ajna chakra. And this area, a point between the eyebrows, may well resonate the most amazing colour of deep purple. And that purple may well be experienced by Louise underneath her closed eyelids. She may well be seeing colours right now. And more often than not, the therapist and client will see the same colours at the same time. It's not normally a conversation to be had because I wouldn't want to disturb the client while they're deeply at peace. But I know from experience and talking to clients afterwards that we normally do see the same colours at the same moments. I've now moved my hands slightly further down towards her jawline, over her nose and mouth, And this is in between two chakras, the ajna and the throat chakra. Now the throat chakra will be giving Louise a feeling of freedom. In the throat there is the blue energy connected with our breathing, respiration, but also with expression, how we express ourselves, how we communicate, what we wear, what music we listen to. Some people may well have blockages in this area, and Reiki therapists very soon find out if there is any blockage there by experiencing sensations to their palms. I'm talking to Louise now to visualize a beautiful blue healing light, the sort of healing light that she may well drink into her throat and neck, to drink or breathe down deep inside her. Personally, I often think about a beautiful blue waterfall, and that waterfall cleansing, clearing and cleaning through my throat, helping me breathe, helping me drink, helping me talk and express myself effectively, beautifully and clearly. This helps us communicate with others. It helps absolve tension. It helps us be understood. And more than anything, it helps us understand others. I've now used various hand positions from above her nose and mouth to the sides of her jaw, just to below her jaw and over the front of her throat. There is soft music playing in the room, helping this beautiful feeling of tranquility. Occasionally, I am flooded with a beautiful feeling of harmony. The warmth and the serenity of the blue light help absolve any blockages to the throat. Sometimes I ask people to visualize wearing a blue silk scarf delicately placed around their neck in order to soften, provide freedom and clarity to the neck and throat, imagining the blue silk scarf gently moving as if you're turning and adjusting the scarf around the neck, therefore agitating any blockage and softly coaxing movement, coaxing any blockage to be dissolved and move away. Frequently we need to give those blockages permission to leave. We tell our throat and neck it's okay, you have done your work, you are no longer of use, you can now leave, and I give you permission to go. I give you permission to go. I would like more space in my throat and neck, in my throat chakra, more space for good and empowered communication and self-expression. I would like to listen to those people that want to talk to me. So my hands are now at a good distance away from Louise's ears, helping that function, so that Louise may listen attentively with good communication skills to her clients, to her family and friends, to her colleagues, to those that wish to communicate with Louise. My hands are very gently soothing the way. There's a very gentle movement there, almost as if I was giving a little massage in a circular motion around the ears and the jaw to help smooth the way for improved communication, freedom, and for improved breathing, our source of life. I'm now encouraging slightly more release of any blockage by gently touching an area called the TMJ, the temporomandibular joint, which is the hinge at the jaw. This area is responsible for some neck, cranial and jaw issues. I'm sensing a little blockage there. So once I've spent some time there and felt that the blockage is releasing, I'm able to move on to the next chakra. You can tell by Louise's breathing and her movement that she feels that we have made some progress there and she's ready to move on. I'm now just very gently moved on to the heart chakra. I'm now giving Louise the beautiful visualization of the colour green. The wonderful thing about Reiki is it helps us with introspection as to where our harmonies and our chakras are lying. The energy at our heart is one of the most amazing and abundant energies that we feel within ourselves. And the more love, passion and healing we feel within our hearts, the more we are able to share that amazing energy with others. This can be shared with the world, with nature, with other people, with animals. And I'm feeling that I need to spend a little bit of time at this lovely heart center, simply because this chakra will help all the other chakras. And the reason Louise has come to me today may not be simply for the heart itself, but I know that when we treat our heart, we treat many other areas within ourselves. The green heart energy can be experienced by visualizing leaves on trees, perhaps with recent raindrops, a little breeze, and sunshine filtering through onto the delicate green leaves. Imagining those leaves cleansing with the wind, the raindrops, the warmth of the sun, and the movement of that green energy through our hearts. It's a beautiful visualization to drink into the heart chakra. I'm simply facilitating by providing the visualization, by providing myself as a channel for the energy from the universal life force energy of that Reiki down and into Louise's body, the white light through as a channel through the top of her head, through the whole of her body, the green energy through into her heart and around, and then spread around her body just like the heart circulation does around the whole body. That lovely green energy providing warmth, healing, love and passion, helping her heart, helping her heartbeat, helping any issues around the heart, the circulation and the blood. You know, Reiki is traditionally a Japanese therapy, and in Chinese therapy, for instance, the cupping and core therapy that I provide, the Chinese believe that blood is life, and where there is flow, there is ki, or chi, or prana, which is this life force energy, movement and flow. My hands are slightly moving here in order to provide a little massage, if you like, a little agitation for any blocked energy. I'm creating a little turbo into that heart energy using a Reiki symbol that will help provide a little extra help. Reiki isn't just felt during the treatment, it is also felt for 2 or 3 days afterwards. There is a feeling of lightness afterwards, of harmony, like all of our body parts are working as a team. There is a feeling of oneness, like our mind is working alongside our physical body, that we have this sense of knowing. We just know. We are very much more in tune with our intuition after a Reiki treatment, which is an experience that many of us may well ignore if it does not correlate well with our lives. If there is an intuition that is telling us to move on, and we're not ready to move on. We may often ignore our intuition, and yet after Reiki we feel emboldened and more confident to give our intuition a little bit more attention. In fact, just telling you this now is giving me tingles and a sensation of empowerment and connectedness with my whole body and mind. I'm hoping this is doing the same to you as you're watching and listening. That heart energy is experiencing the most amazing green and connected energy deep down, a profound feeling of deepness deep into the heart and all around it, emanating around and outside Louise's body. I've now moved on to the solar plexus, which is a wonderful golden yellow light above the abdomen. You may notice that Louise has moved her hands so that both palms are in contact above this area. It's an area in core therapy when we're doing an Anmo Fu treatment, the deep abdominal treatment, where we test and treat a particular Chinese meridian point called the anxiety point. Now, this anxiety point or solar plexus is a network of nerves, a physical place, which can feel quite heightened. It can feel like the nerves are on edge. This is how it may feel to therapists giving Reiki above that area. I'm asking Louise to reflect on and visualize a field of sunny sunflowers as they turn their heads to the moving sunshine. Golden light emanating from the heads of the sunflowers straight to Louise's solar plexus. Another way of visualizing is to think about a lovely golden yellow scarf wrapping around the solar plexus. I've decided to move on a little and work on the sacral area. The solar plexus needs more work, and sometimes it helps to work around the area even more and come back to the solar plexus. I'm now above the sacral chakra, which is the most beautiful area that relates to our inner child, creativity, imagination, physically relates to our sacrum in the lower back, our hips and our lower abdomen. I'm asking Louise to visualize a beautiful woolen orange scarf supporting and wrapping around the pelvis, as this is an area that quite often can feel vulnerable. I'm giving Louise the visualization of seeing herself as a child at around 10. You may want to do this if you feel ready to. This is quite a powerful visualization. Seeing herself happy with people that she was happy with at around that age, sitting and smiling, and then seeing herself as she is now, gently walking up to her younger self, smiling, holding her own hands, asking her younger self to stand up and hugging, both Louise is smiling and hugging, and Louise telling her younger self that all is well and all will be well. There is the most magical connection of healing, wellness and contentedness, of reassurance from the older to the younger self, and indeed from the younger self to the older self. This is a very powerful visualization, and only consider this if you feel ready and able and in a good place. And then coming back to seeing and feeling that reassuring orange scarf wrapping around your hips. Feeling that connectedness to your physical self, coming back to your grounded nature, to your torso. All is well. All is well. Louise may well be feeling incredibly content and relaxed at this time. She may have a feeling of enjoying the treatment, not wanting it to end. The treatment will continue down to the base chakra, down the legs. I will be connected and hands-on to the knees and feet, keeping her grounded and centered. I will be working on the hands and coming back up to the shoulders and head before I finish. This will all be in the continuation of this treatment that you will see in next week's sequel to Louise's Reiki. After this treatment, please do ground yourselves. Connect your feet with the floor. Have a glass of water. Rub your hands and hold your hands over your closed eyelids before gently opening your eyelids into the open fingers and smile and smile. Thank you for joining me. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you again next week.